ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's NASCAR Way Busch Series race coverage at Chicagoland Speedway for the running of today's, obviously, Busch race at Chicagoland, the USG Duroc 200. 200-lap race, 300 miles around this mile-and-a-half racetrack. NASCAR will be returning to Chicagoland in real life starting next season. But as far as this season's race goes, it's our 9th race, and we're looking for our first win on a mile-and-a-half racetrack. We've come so close a couple of times already to getting that said win. Really going to try to do my best to try to dial it in for this evening. We'll be starting last, no practice, no qualifying, as we've done for every race so far this season. So without further ado, let's get into this. And as usual, thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more NASCAR content along the way as we get tonight's race going. Wade, welcome into the stream. You're the first in the chat below. Dale Jr. on the pole as he's actually started up towards the front for a lot of these races early in the season. I don't like that I was pushing that far tight on the opening corner of the race, knowing I wasn't even up to speed yet. Not been able to guess right on the handling for a lot of these mile-and-a-halfs. I did finish second, which is the best mile-and-a-half track finish in the last race at Homestead Miami Speedway. We're looking for a better run in this one here today. Already seems like I'm battling slightly loose conditions. That's not good. Trey Franklin, welcome into the stream as well. Well, 38th in the early going. I'm supporting my Tigers one last time, Wade. There's still hope. I would stick a fork in them, too, the way they're playing right now, but they got to keep fighting. Winning the division is definitely not going to be easy, but they can still get into the playoffs at the very least. The worst part is they would have to play in Cleveland again next week, by the looks at it. So probably end up getting the 6th seed for the playoffs. Doesn't look good with the Astros looking like they're going to win today, though. They were up big last I saw. So Detroit has to win tonight to keep that one-game lead on them. They have the tiebreaker over Houston. Man, they can't get swept by Cleveland 2 weeks in a row. What terrible timing for that. So far, this race feels very similar to how it felt yesterday. Kind of slowly getting through the pack. It doesn't feel like I've got a race-winning car. We had a race-winning capable car once we made adjustments on it throughout the course of yesterday's race. Probably going to have to do the same thing here today. I'm not starting the race as slow, but it's not all that promising either. Just got to race the racetrack. I'd assume that the fuel window is going to be almost identical to yesterday, where we can go a little over 50 laps a run. Probably going to try to split it pretty even myself. We actually went caution-free last night at Homestead. I keep saying last night, last race, 2 nights ago. We didn't stream last night. Workday was very tiresome, but I'm here. I'm waking up to do this. I drove way too deep. Didn't look like it hurt me all that bad, but it didn't look too pretty. I was purposely trying to float the car a bit wide that time so I could stay in the gas and maybe get to the outside of this next driver. Floated it just a bit too high. Got a piece of the wall. Try to make a 3-wide move under a couple cars. The apron seems to be really working out for me if I'm trying to do whatever I can to get to the inside of another car. So I'm able to make passes that way. Wiggled a bit free into turn 1. Yeah, my grandpa's more focused on preseason hockey at this point with how the Tigers are playing too, so you're probably not the only Detroit sports fan thinking the same way. Oh, gotta be careful. Dang it, I'm gonna lose a spot because of that contact. I had a big run up the middle, and there wasn't a lot of room to try to do that. Now I just threw another spot or two away in turns 1 and 2. Trying to make up for what I lost, I'm only losing more. And I better hurry up and get to the bottom or I'm going to lose more than just those 2 or 3 spots. Hopefully get something back here. I had to get dirty with it. I was tired of losing positions. They're so hard to come by in this race. Long ways to go, though. I'm not worried. Get a spot back on David Reagan. Getting by a teammate. Trying to maybe get another one back on the 112. Mountain Dew to help me stay awake. Only caution is lap 185. Is that your prediction? Think there's going to be one yellow with 15 to go? Got way too loose getting into turn 3 there. That's a bold prediction. I feel like I should gift you some sort of an award if you guess that there's a caution at lap 185 and that it's the only one. I thought we were going to have a chance for some near incidents late yesterday. That's the third time I've said yesterday. Last race, 2 days ago. Most of the time it would be yesterday, but not in actual yesterday's case. There we go. Come on. Break us into the top 30. Ourselves and David Reagan have passed each other back and forth a couple times already. I feel like the race is going by pretty smoothly so far. Obviously not because there's no cautions, but lap 21. I'm not struggling as bad with the race car as I was the other day. When it comes to position running order, though, still like to be a little bit better than where I'm at. I felt like I was out of the gas forever and could not hook the bottom. That is unbelievable. I'm tired of letting David Reagan get by me just to end up passing him back again. There we go. Back by the 117. Back into 29th yet again. 6 seconds off the lead. Albeit, though, we're not even halfway through the fuel run yet. The Republic, welcome to the stream. Yes, NASCAR 25 will be live streamed on the channel pretty much every day from its release. And I'm excited for it. .152 is giving us a lot of room to the bottom. Might not have to go to the apron. If I could take advantage by not going to the apron and making passes into turn 1, that would be great. It's less abusive on the tires to do it that way. I do seem to be a bit better in 3 and 4, though, than 1 and 2. I have an easier time trying to get to the white line and actually hold it there. Slide up, clear. As I did right there. And I moved up off the white line a bit, but I was really trying to take his line away and make sure that we were going to be clear off the exit of the corner. We're halfway out of gas, lap 27. I just want the clear pit road for when I end up having to pit under green. Expecting everybody else to kind of get held up a little bit, hopefully pick up some positions out of it. Unless we catch a caution to be able to go off strategy before that, I'd be willing to do that also. Tell you what, gang, I've been trying to do whatever it takes for me to try to win a 1.5 mile racetrack on this game, and it's just so difficult for me. Like that power slide. Oh, what was he thinking? He's lucky I only ended up making contact with the wall and didn't completely spin out there. I don't know which 16 car this is, if it's Greg Biffle or Todd Cleaver, but he just completely chopped my nose off right in the middle of the corner. Not too appreciative of that. Now I'm going to be mowing the wall down next corner again anyway. Man, what a struggle this race has been with this 26 car. I'm tight, but when I try to back the corners up, I feel like I don't have the rear tire grip to get it to hold. Interval-wise, I'm only about 4 seconds off the lead. The only thing I'm really not complaining about. A few of them right in front of us getting hung up on the outside. Whatever I can to back up 3 and 4. Had a nice run up off the exit of the corner at the very least. Another big wiggle and then contact. Tell you what, this first pit stop can't come soon enough. I might short pit this first run by more than just a couple laps. I'm thinking more towards like lap 45 because I can go at least 53 on fuel is what I could guess. We'll be able to make it back even by the final stop, really, of getting back to that 50 lap run to the end if it were to stay green the whole race. The contact I've had with a couple of drivers, though, I might end up being the one that brings out the caution, which we do not want. Yeah, I definitely need to drop the wedge. I think we're going to drop the wedge. Make a slight air pressure adjustment with it. We're 3 and 4, a couple of them right in front of us going a bit wide. With a few spots up for grabs, going to go to the apron, trying to go 3 wide to the bottom. This is going to get tight into turn 1, especially having a tighter race car. Really did my best to back up the corner, and that was about as good as I've done in turns 1 and 2 almost this entire race. Haven't cleared the car up high yet, though. A little better through 3 and 4. I didn't want to drift too far wide with this 180 car trying to get back to our inside. We are clear. And up to 21st. Mike Wallace in the 7 car leads. Kevin Conway, by the way, won our last race at Homestead. So we are now sitting at 5 different winners on the season. That is actually David Stremme in the 41 car. Looking to our inside. So we block Stremme off. And still hold on for 21st. Pre-order NASCAR 25 yesterday. Awesome. It's going to be tough to catch anybody else for a position. It's also going to be really tough to try to hold this 41 car behind me, too. Just doing the best I can with what I've got. Even in 21st place, about halfway through the field, 3.5 seconds off the lead, I can take that at the end of this first run. Stremme might turn me. He might. He gets back to me again. He actually lost a spot recently. At 42. That was a big hit. That's going to abruptly cost me more time. I feel like turn 4 is definitely a lot tighter off the exit of the corner than turn 2 when it comes to how much surface area of the racetrack you have. I'm going too far wide into the corner. Car almost slipped out from underneath me there. I can't even keep up with 20th anymore. I think the first run at Homestead I at least drove up to 8th before I had to scratch and claw with setup changes. Still lagging just a bit behind. I'm coming into pit. Gonna short pit this time by. Coming in. Probably could have been a little bit harsher coming into the pits and trying to push a little bit harder. Played it a bit safe. Track really reminds you of North Carolina. Talk about like North Carolina Speedway, Rockingham. I can kind of see that, at least with the older game. More curious to get the fresh tires back on this race car than anything else. Clean pit stop by the pit crew. All right, we'll have to wait and see where we cycle. We're going to be on the better side of a pit road glitch for now. Just ran my fastest lap of the race. I just feel like the car overall is actually gripping up a little bit better now than it did earlier. Although this is really the first I've had clean air with fresh tires, so that also helps. It would be nice to just not get loose too many times. My tire management wasn't bad, considering the fact that I was struggling for grip. 31.377 that last lap. So things have gotten exponentially better. And at lap 50, we've got cars coming onto pit road. Really lap 51. You consider the fact that the leaders are a lap ahead of us because we were the first to pit road. Yeah, the curved backstretch here at Chicagoland makes for a unique racetrack compared to any other mile and a half. It's almost a perfect circle. More so than people would think. So all the lead lap cars have been into the pits. We've got quite a few we're going to be gaining positions on this time, and then the following lap as well. Got up to 29th there. Honestly, I would have liked to have gained a few more spots. We'll get some back on the front stretch here. JJ Ailey was leading for a bit. There's not nearly as many cars that are down there right now, though. Got at least one position. Potential speed glitch out of the rear view. Ran my fastest lap again, 31.159. Marco Sambros to the lead. So we gained one spot, but we went from about 3.5 seconds back to 11.2 back. So one position, but we lost about 8 seconds. I don't like that. That is not great. The race season has flown by, Wade. Very much so. A little too much. The car just overall getting quicker. I think it's more just the racetrack itself getting faster. I definitely have more grip. Cutting into the deficit a little. It was 11.3. Now it's about 10.5, 10.6. I might have to go take a water break at some point. I did not bring one up here with me. My apologies on that. I was not able to stream because I was not at home last night. I was out pretty late, so still with working today. That's why I think I'm tired more so than the work day itself. Because I'd say the work day at my job was less taxing on the body than what it was the last 2 days. Plus, it didn't feel as warm in the warehouse today for some reason, even though it was warmer outside than what it was the day before. It wasn't hot by any means. Eight months ago, Daytona happened, yes. Hard to believe it's that long ago. It's just hard to believe that after this weekend we only have 5 races left. Crazy. Truck Series is down to 4. I feel like this car's dancing around a lot in the corners. It almost feels like it's building free, which was not the case on the first run. Excuse me. Snuck up on me. Tigers are underway. Wade, you're going to have to keep me updated. I've got my phone on, but I'm only able to actually glance at particular moments. Actually, I'm not even on the right screen on my phone anymore. I fix that if I go down and get a water. Just ran my fastest lap of the race. If I can hold a steady line through the corner, the fact that I ran my fastest lap about 14 laps into the run, actually I finished at lap 46, that was about 18 laps into the run. I think I can catch other cars in front of me. I don't know if I can get back to within 3.5 seconds of the lead like I was. But we can better ourselves than 20th when we get to about halfway. 31.022, another fastest lap. I'll take it. And they're racing pretty hard up here, too. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. F1 Drivers' Championship heating up. My grandpa's texting me right now, so something good must be happening with the Tigers. We've been in cahoots with one another since like Sunday, trying to figure out this whole Detroit Tigers debacle. I would love to go to a playoff wildcard game next week if they end up making it. The cool thing is that if they don't take the division, I could go to either Cleveland or Detroit, so I'd have options no matter where they play. I've never been to a playoff game for baseball before. The only playoff game I've ever been to, I was at an NBA playoff game back in, oh gosh, I think it was the 2018-2019 season for the Pistons. Whatever the last playoff appearance was before last season. I think it was 18-19. If it wasn't 18-19, then it was 17-18, but probably 18-19 if I had to guess, because I was at the 19-20 opener, and I think that was the last game I'd ever seen in person, because then COVID happened. I haven't been to a Pistons game since COVID. Should probably go back at some point this year. Well, I was gaining time on the leaders, and now I'm not. I got to within about 8.4, and now it's back to 8.9 again. The car just overall feels like it's got more mechanical grip than it did. Fastest lap again. 25 laps into the run, and I'm running my fastest laps. 30.973 is this first sub 31 second lap time. It's just 20th place does not look good on the scoreboard. Only finished outside the top 10 once, and that was because of a pit road glitch at Phoenix where we finished 13th. If we caught one caution, I'd be all right with that. I'd go off strategy and try something different. closer we get to the fuel window opening to make it on one less stop, the better for that as well. Try to do something. Especially if it's a violent enough crash that it looks like we could get some debris yellows after the fact. Situations where we might be able to top off on fuel even more so. Yeah, losing time on the leaders again. It's over 9.5 seconds back. That's where pitting a little bit shorter than some of these guys is maybe starting to become the difference, especially for those that have cycled ahead of us. Because of pitting at lap 46, we're going to have to try to stretch these runs out just a little bit more. There's a slow car on the racetrack that we're closing in on. That would be the 21 of Kevin Harvick, who is one of the winners this season. Yellow would change it. Harvick would definitely slow some of this pack up. Yeah, and it has to be a natural caution. Obviously, we can't be the cause of it. I'm catching one driver per position. Honestly, the way the start of that run was looking, I thought I was going to catch more than one. Better than nothing. Be nice if somebody dropped out of the race that was running ahead of us too, but that isn't happening right now either. I'm probably going to be more seconds off the lead than what it was when I first cycled out. It was 11.3. It's up to 10.9, 11.0. Figured I was going to get a little tighter into 1 and 2. It was really the first corner I'd had heavy, dirty air disadvantage closing in behind this car in front of us. Ran our fastest lap still, though, 30.583. A lot of that was the draft down the back straightaway. A little bit of clean air on the nose. Now burning the right rear up before the right front, which was not the case on the first run. So yes, the car is naturally freed up a bit. Trying to make a pass. All right, up to 19. Well, somehow, some way, we gained 2 positions. One during the pit stops and one on the racetrack between 21st and 19th from one pit stop to where we're pacing to get to the next one. We're less than 20 laps away from our second of 3 stops already, and I'm only up to 19th place. This has been an utter struggle today. My goodness. Well, we drove the entry to turn 1. That's not going to help me. Stopped the bleeding a bit. At least it's now about 10.8 to 10.9 off the lead. Although Ambrose could have got slowed down by Kevin Harvick, the slow car. We haven't caught him a second time yet. It's a quiet stint. Somebody's blowing up. Dale Jr., that's going to be a spot. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. is just blowing an engine. He had led quite a few laps today from the pole. So now up to 18 for Jamie McMurray. I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take any and all positions possible. Now the one car of J.J. Yaley just passed Marcus Ambrose through turns 1 and 2 for the lead. Got the slow car of Kevin Harvick up ahead. We'll blow by him on the backstretch. How many cars are on the lead lap right now, too? Still quite a few, considering we haven't had a yellow. Lap 85. Just trying to see how many spots I'd lose by pitting from where I'm at right now. It's at least 30 of them on the lead lap still. It's a few cars out of the race. One of which Harvick is like 40 laps down, but on track. Yeah, there's quite a few lead lap cars. 37 of them. All but 2 cars that are still in the race. Casey Kane, Juan Pablo Montoya, and Kevin Harvick have had issues already today, along with Dale Jr. Bit of a war of attrition for some of these Cup regulars in the field. Segue into some fantasy drivers, maybe getting some stellar runs. I'm definitely going to make sure I make that wedge adjustment this time. Scared with the right rear falling off of it a little bit, but I've got to do something. I mean, it could get worse than 18th, but we're bleeding quite a few points here. We're still kind of early in the regular season. First half of it. So we try to go for the regular season championship. Trying to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. See, like a caution right now would be about as perfect of a spot as it could be for me to go off sequence and try to get the best or the most out of it that I can. He'll be more spaced apart this time. I don't think it's going to be as congested into the pits either. I think Harvick slowed down the leaders again because now it's back to 10.5. And Ambrose is back in the lead as well instead of J.J. Haley. Going to get about a full second on these guys. Should still be the first one to pit road compared to the rest of the field because of how early I pitted, which was about 5 laps the first run. I don't think I'm going to be 5 laps ahead of everybody this time, but a little bit closer to halfway than 5 laps before the stop. Second time in a row, we'll catch Harvick on a straightaway. This time the front stretch. Last time was the back stretch. There are 2 more drivers for position. Who we may catch. Got another car blowing up. Hopefully that's a spot. It is not. It's a 152 car. I knew he was behind us already. I remember passing him early in the going. So no position gain there. Here we go. Come on. Fuel light's gonna end up being flashing red on us any second, I would imagine. There it is, yep. Right as we were crossing the start-finish line, so I was calculating that out pretty well. Try to push it a couple more laps. Not going to be able to get to lap 100. Probably to lap 99 is what I'm targeting. So 3 positions picked up. Really 2 positions on track. And about a half a second was it. So McMurray going one more. One more, and I finally get to see what my grandpa's texting me about. Probably like, are you even watching the game? No, not at the moment right now, Gramps, but I will be here in another 45 minutes to an hour. All right. Try to push it a little bit harder coming into the pits this time. Don't want to miss the pits, though. That was close. That was almost a little too hard. Pound of air pressure. And we're going to take the wedge out a half a round. So 4 tires and a full can of Sunoco race fuel. Looks like a clean pit stop so far, so that's good. 3-0 Tigers. All right, I'll take that. It's a good start to the game. Now they got to finish. Hopefully I can finish strong in this race, too. Alright, so we made some major adjustments that time. Actually touched the race car. And we'll be officially halfway home this time by as well. So 30.853 is my fastest lap so far. We'll have to see what the fastest lap will be after cycling out of the pits. Where's that grip level going to be? Well, it just ran my fastest lap already, 30.727. So it's another step in the right direction. Just like last time, where we just got to keep working on it, keep working on it. This 110 car is going to pit in front of us. I have a feeling this lap is going to be better than the one before that. Felt pretty good through 1 and 2. Not as good through 3 and 4. Solid enough to have my fastest lap by a few thousandths of a second. Caution is out, but we are a lap down, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I was in 34th. I doubt I was the first car lap down also. Well, that caution just screwed us. We finally had a yellow, and it was at our expense. Not because we were involved in the incident, but because we're going to fall behind. Is that a debris caution? Well, that really, I mean, I don't know that that should have been a caution. I'm going to have to stay out. Maybe I can get the wave around. I don't know. Either way, we're going to lose a great deal of track position. I cannot spell. Yeah, we're on the inside line. So we're up towards the front of the pack. Got to do our best to try to get our lap back. Gonna have to pause it for a quick second. It's hard to multitask. All right. Here we go. I don't think that's going to be a caution that'll bring out a debris yellow, and knowing that's the only caution of the race so far, I don't know how this is going to work out for us. And 3 lap cars in front of us pit, so we're up to 31st. We were 34th. Got on lap ourselves. Front of the pack. 4 wide on the restart. I'm going for broke, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely in a worse spot than what we were. Go, 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 go. Get my lap back. A few positions along with it would be nice. Back on the lead lap. No, don't do this. I don't know who the leader is. Gosh, I need to start wrecking back behind us. All clear out of turn 4, up to 28th, and we're on the lead lap. Gosh, if we catch a quick caution, that'd be awesome. Give us a chance. give us a chance. We only have one set of tires left the rest of the race. I just saw the Tigers gave up a run already. Actually pulling away from everybody. I mean, it's the first time we've really shown what kind of speed we have in the car since making the most recent adjustment. There's a chance the leaders can end up running me down at some point, but golly, just want to catch a caution. It's probably going to be another position on the backstretch. Somebody blew an engine or that lead pack behind us. Nope, actually it was a lap car, so did not get a spot. After all, it's crazy that things have only gotten worse for us. The one caution that came out ended up screwing me over because it was at the exact wrong time. I was hoping for a caution and just didn't cycle through the pit stops yet, unfortunately. Craig Franklin in the chat early in the stream said there was going to be one caution. It was going to be lap 185. I think, what was it, like lap 107? He might be right about there being one yellow. I'll give him half credit for being half right. Just with a 1.5 mile track at Homestead going caution-free in the last race and that not really looking like a legitimate yellow. It's going to be really tough for this race to fall our way. See, being on the lead lap right now, we could go off strategy still if we were to catch a caution. We only have one set of tires left. I would definitely top off on fuel at the very least. Maybe go right sides only. And then I'll have 2 tires left the rest of the race. I don't know. It depends on when the yellow falls. Because if it falls right now, I don't like taking those tires. Or any tires for that matter. Oh my goodness. Why did he float up the racetrack in the middle of the corner like that? Yeah, it's so lucky that wasn't a caution. I need a yellow, I just can't be the cause of it. That probably should have been a yellow. That was more a caution than the actual yellow that we had. I probably just cooked my tires, too. David Stremme leads. Oh, Jeff Burt now. There's been a lot of drivers that lead in this race who do not have a win yet early in the season. And consider where we're at, and I know Harvick's out of the race and he's got to win, I think there's a very good probability we see another new winner. And that would put us at 6, which is half the playoff field. This makes that win slipping away from us on the final lap yesterday even more tough to swallow, knowing the next time out what we're looking at. Performance-based. Whoops. Looking at I was trying to check the score again. I picked up a spot. Somebody blew an engine. I was already on pit road. Every point matters. Still 80 to go. There could be more guys that drop out. We've already had quite a few engine failures. I'm the last car in the lead lap, so the couple other drivers who initially got their lap back ended up pulling a lap down. And the next car behind us is the leader, Jeff Burt. We've got a nice, comfortable gap to him for what it's worth. You know, I almost wonder if I try to take a gamble and I go fuel only on the next pit stop so I can save my last set of tires for if there is a caution late, and then I can throw fresh tires on the car. Try to make some headway. I mean, if there's not a lot of positions I can lose to the end of the race, no, why not? Because I don't know that I have the car capable of driving up there anyway on even tires. But fresh tires might give me an advantage necessary to be able to do it. And I could have a faster car on top of it right now, again, with the setup. It's just hard to judge. Feels better than it did. We're in 27th. I want to see who the last car on the track is. Last car on track is 34th. Finley was the driver who just DNF'd not that long ago. So I'm only losing 7 positions. Which I know I said every point matters, but to try to go for the win? With one set of tires left, maybe. You catch a Kevin Harvick in another lap or two again. Hopefully I don't hit him this time. I don't think I'm going to make an adjustment change on this final stop. I made the car a little bit too free yesterday at Homestead, so I don't want to do that again by just constantly making adjustments every stop. All right, he drifted up the track as I anticipated because he did the last time. That time the hole opened up on the bottom for us pretty easily. A couple times we caught him before that. Luckily we caught him on the straightaways, but that was the first time in the corner and we had fits. but not there on the second time through in the corner. Yeah. 70 to go this time by. Field window right on the brink of 53, 54 laps. We're within 20 laps of the field window opening. The perfect timing caution, ideally, would be hoping we catch a yellow right before the fuel window actually opens. So then I'd come in for tires, try to get as many spots as I can on the race start with fresh Goodyears, and then go fuel only right away. And try to cycle up through the field a bit that way with a splash and go. Or the end of the race, however we end up kind of playing it out. Worst thing that could happen, we catch a caution again, but it's in the middle of green flag pit stops again. Because that's going to end up just putting us a lap down. There were drivers that were able to pit during the yellow. I did not. Ideally, I probably should have came in and topped off, but I was scared of losing spots and not being able to restart at the front of the pack like I did and get my lap back quickly. Always hard to tell if you're going to catch another caution immediately after the fact or not. Especially with the field bunched together in the race start. Double wide this time with the lap cars on the inside of the lead lap cars. Plug my laptop in. All right. I don't think there's been a single race this season where I haven't led a lap. I finished 8th at Atlanta. We did lead one lap in that race. Now we're starting to get towards the edge of that run. Leaders are going to be coming around for 61 laps to go this time by. Can we catch a crash? Yeah, it's going to be hard to cause a wreck by ourselves. Hoping Kevin Harvick causes it for us. Quarter of a tank of gas left this point in the run. Trying, but I don't think we're going to get it. Definitely the best the car has been all day long, this old of tires. Starting to get a little bit free. It's nothing too bad. Definitely going to want to try to stay out of the pits as long as we can on this current run. I'm going to just have to put the 4 fresh tires back on it. I tried to cycle out of the pits. Going fuel only, trying to save the set of tires. I just don't want to lose any more positions. I know ultimately it's not going to end up really costing us anything, but keeps our hope alive. Now we just got to bank on the picker having a good stop, keep us on the lead lap, because we're only a few seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. Harvick, you had one job. I was hoping you'd cause a caution for me, and you haven't done it. I would assume everybody be pitting under a circumstance right now if we caught a caution right on the edge of the fuel window. 53 laps to go this time by. 52 for the leaders behind us. Catching Harvick quickly, up off the exit of turn 2. No problems, getting by. I mean, at least there's a chance for me to gain positions with a caution when everybody comes into the pits. On top of bunching the field back together and giving ourselves a chance. Couldn't lose any spots being the last car in the lead lap. So at the very least, we'd still be 27th. Bigger power slide getting into 3 and 4 there. Another reason to make sure we take tires. 50 to go. Here we go. Come on. Fuel lights flashing on us. Going as far as we can on fuel first. Try to stay out of the pits one more lap. We'll pit this time by. Haven't been the greatest in trying to get into the pits today. Hoping things go a little bit better for us. Nobody down there at the moment making a live stop. A little squirrely. But we're... Whoa, no! I was not speeding! Oh, they gave us a speeding penalty for that. 4 tires, no adjustments. I did not speed. I was at 70. I swear I was at 70. Yeah, oh my gosh! I can't believe they gave us a penalty! Are you serious? That's going to put us a lap down again. Even when everything cycles through. We did not speed. Oh, that's the first time I've ever had this glitch. We were right at 70 at the commitment line. I made sure of it. I got all I could. Wow. Wow. This is one of those instances where you should be able to challenge a call that NASCAR made. Because their speedometers are off. Well, I mean, we could still hope we'll be in the free pass position, which is still 27th. Once everything cycles through, obviously we're not there yet. Got speed glitch going on right now, which doesn't help us either. Got to be kidding me. So many cars that are going to cycle in front of us. 5 seconds you wouldn't think is that big of a penalty, but really is. Get one of our 2 laps back this time. So we're back to 1 lap down. Two more positions. More speed glitching going on. Yeah, so we're in 30th. I have no clue who we're catching right now for free pass. I guess 28th. Oh, wow, there's some smoke. No caution, though. 27th, yeah, Ham. So we're not in the free pass spot anymore. We got a bogus pit road speeding penalty is what it essentially came out to be. I didn't actually speed on pit road, but it gave us a speeding penalty. How does that happen? And now we're a lap down. Already on our final set of tires. It just feels like everybody's so even around us, too. Ran my fastest lap of the race the last time. No adjustments were made. Still getting pressured. I don't know if this 112 car is for position. Haven't looked. 2 laps in a row, we set our fastest lap of the race. 30.620. Good news is the 112 car is not a spot. Bad news is he's holding me up because he's racing me hard. I think this car in front of us would be 29th. Give up a lot of bottom to the 112. Trying to get a pole off the lapper. That was a spot. Blow past the 112 on the outside off turn 4. I think he held himself up because of Kevin Harvick. So even making those passes and where I went on the track to make those said passes, we still put together our fastest lap, 30.603. I'm 2 positions off the free pass. If a caution were to come out while we're in the free pass position, we'll be back on the lead lap. The tail end of the longest line, but at least we're back in it. That wasn't a spot. Hoping these two are a spot. Hope they both are, and that would put us in the 27th slot. Why are they so slow? Go figure, they're both on the lead lap. Come on. Watch, we'll end up catching a caution and the bogus speeding penalty. It's not going to give us a chance. Don't worry, guys. I'm still pushing hard. Still fighting for those 2 extra spots. The fact of the matter is we don't know on the track map exactly where they're at. Could be the next couple cars in front of us. Maybe somebody up towards the front of the pack a little more. Hard telling. We know the drivers we have to catch. I think they're both fantasy drivers. Well, Tiger's got another run somewhere in the game between now and the last time I scored check. A 4-1 lead. So tomorrow night's stream is going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern start for Bristol. So again, 7 p.m. Eastern start tomorrow on the channel NASCAR 08 Bristol for the Busch Series. Catching the 107. Please be a spot. And he is not. Well, that was disappointing. Got 2 more up here. Should be able to catch him past them as well. That's the first time I've ever had a speeding penalty where I didn't actually speed on pit road. At least in the EA NASCAR games. I don't know if that ever might have happened in the Heat series. When we did those playthroughs, or NASCAR 21 Ignition. That sounds like something that would happen in NASCAR 21 Ignition. Well, I thought we were catching those 2 cars in front of us, and now it seems like they're pulling away. For whatever reason. Billy Kramer, welcome into the stream. Kevin Harvick maybe going to hold these 2 guys up a bit. Give me something. All right, Kevin. He's trying to give me something. There's no way either one of these 2 are going to be a spot. First one definitely wasn't. Noah Howe in the 180. Nope, neither one of them. So still in 29th. "24 laps to go." Fortunately, just gonna have to ride it out. Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing else to add to this one. Is this the final year of Bristol being at 250 and then increased to 300? I think so. I think so. I'll find out after the race is over. Though I'm going to have to tally the points myself, so I'll know for myself before you guys would by tuning into the stream tomorrow. I can't remember offhand from the first Busch season we did at Bristol, just because that was so long ago. "20 laps left as we hold out for a caution late at Chicagoland. Got trapped a lap down because of a caution in the middle of green flag pit stops. Then we unlapped ourselves the old-fashioned way. Unfortunately, had a speeding penalty during the last pit stop under green, although that was not my fault because I did not speed on pit road, but the game said I did. I did go back and look. We did hit 70 miles per hour at the commitment line. And for some reason, it still had a speeding. And the speed limit is 70. Tigers got 2 outs with the bases loaded right now. Up by 3. See, I got the jersey on today for good luck, and maybe this is where they turn their season around and say, no, we're not done yet. Harvick was holding up the back of the field a bit. I think the pack up here is going to catch him one more time. Marcus Ambrose leads, by the way, just past Martin Truex Jr. Everybody in the top 5 still winless on the season. I do believe. I don't think Boyer's won yet. That's the second time I've caught him. He was drifting up the track and just couldn't get out of the gas in time there. Well, I guess if I end up getting to 27th place anyway, we end up not catching a caution, the Phantom speed glitch entering pit road's not really going to do anything negative for us as far as impacting our finishing results. I could still see in the event where we would end up catching another car or two before the end of the race, dropping out as well. Hopefully it's not anybody in the running order behind us if somebody does drop out. So we tried to do our best here. Get as many points as possible. Right rear tire in the yellow on the tire wear indicator. Can Marcos Ambrose hold on to win on an oval here at Chicagoland? What an impressive feat that would be even in the Busch Series for him. I believe he is a rookie on this Busch Series season too. We're going to end up catching Harvick one more time before the finish. Cardinals are eliminated from the playoffs officially. Oh. Reading too much of the comment section. Not that it matters. I don't think I'm going to be gaining or losing any spots anyway. Tend to go, thus being a lap down. It's up in the middle of this group somewhere, I do believe. And holding them up, too. Fanning way out. 3 wide at the back of the pack. That's also going to hold them up. Ambrose already got his way by Harvick, so he's still in the lead. Just trying to hold on to the finish. Six to go for McMurray. Final time will catch Harvick. Passed him easily into turn 1. I think the next car might be Sam Hornish Jr. in front of us, and if that is the case, I don't think he's for position. Yeah, it's definitely Hornish. No, he is actually. And we actually moved up a spot somewhere. Somebody blew an engine and we were able to move up to 28. So I did not realize Sam Hornish Jr. was a lap down, but he is. All right, so at least there's another point up for grabs here. Still gives us something to race for in these final couple laps. I didn't see who was in 26th ahead of him yet. All right, 4 to go with being a lap down. It's a 1.5 mile racetrack. Reed Sorensen in the 41. It's ahead of Hornish. Hornish looking to the inside of Sorensen. Well, he gapped us a bit. We got 3 laps. Drove it in maybe a little bit too deep. Oh, so Hornish and Sorensen are both spots. Okay. So these are the first 2 cars on the lead lap. And the only drivers that we can battle with for position to the end of the race. We have 2 laps to get by them. Arc the corner off a little bit more. Babied the middle of the corner. A bump trap to Sorensen. They work together. Get by the 12 car. It's up to 27th. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Marcus Ambrose at the front of the field and trying to be the 6th different winner already on the season. And as for Jamie McMurray, looking to pick up 1 more spot on the 41 as Sorensen overdrove the entry just a bit there. I might have just threw it away. They're side by side in front of him. Hold him up on the backstretch. McMurray's got to run, looking low. And I don't think we're going to get him. So the 27th it is for Jamie McMurray. Well, the speeding penalty that never was cost us only 1 spot. So ultimately, it was the 1 caution we had in the middle of green flag pit stops that trapped us a lap down that really costed us any sort of a shot at a good finish. We needed the caution. It just happened at the worst time that it hurt us instead of helping us. 62 laps led, which I believe is the most in the race, by Marcus Ambrose, who started 10th, gets the race win. 1 second margin of victory, 1 hour, 52 minutes, 45 seconds total time in the race, 24 lead changes, 1 caution, 159.62 mile per hour average race speed. Ambrose with the win, Martin Truex Jr. in second, Mike Wallace third, Casey Mears fourth, Clint Boyer fifth, John Wood sixth, Greg Biffle seventh, eighth for Jeff Burton, Paul Menard ninth, and David Reagan rounds out the top 10. So 25 cars finished on the lead lap. And again, we ended up 26. Quite a few DNFs tonight. Juan Pablo Montoya, Case Kane, Dale Jr., R. Richardson, N. Norton, R. Kennedy, Todd Cleaver, B. Finley, and W. Clark late in the race also blew an engine. So 9 DNFs. And then Harvick many laps down with an engine issue earlier, but came back into the race. So that is going to wrap things up for tonight's live commentary stream, or not live commentary, but for NASCAR away coverage on the channel. We'll be back again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern at Bristol for the next Busch race. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your Thursday, everyone.